It's high protein, it's low calorie, it's easy to make, and it's delicious. We're making
tomatillo chili.
Stay tuned.
I was trying to think of the name.
What do we do first?
Start.
Should we get the recipe out?
No, I can do this. Onions. Chop the onions first, and let's get those reducing in here,
Right.
and then we'll start the meat. I don't like to chop onions because I wear contacts, and man, if you touch an onion or a jalapeno, and then you go to take your contacts out that night, ooh, it's a surprise.
I probably don't chop onions the correct way, so feel free to leave a comment on this video telling me the correct way to chop onions. I always feel like I'm probably going to cut my hand in the process, but never have. I know you're supposed to get this outer skin off because it's like
Yeah, we don't need
super
that.
chewy. What are you getting those chips out for?
I need a snack. I like to snack on chips while I cook.
A lot of people do.
Yeah.
My eyes are already starting to feel it.
See, that's the weird thing. With contacts, you don't feel those. They don't make you cry, so then you can't touch your hands and your eyes. So it's like I could cut them without crying. But
what does somebody like a cook or a chef do? I'm imagining a lot of those people wear
they get LASIK.
contact lenses. They get LASIK. Got the heat on that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Now what are you doing?
I put in the cans.
What kind of beans are we working with?
Great Northern.
Now the reason this recipe is so high protein, low calorie is because we use 99% lean ground turkey. This is our store brand, HEB. And I'm pretty sure Honeysuckle and the national brands make a 99% also. You need some help?
I don't like this can opener. Very particular. I feel like I've gone you go all the way around, and then you go backwards like a click but I've gone all the way around like definitely a few times, and you go backwards. Nothing. Oh, there it is.
What do you got there?
That's corn.
So if you look at all the ingredients here so far, we got beans, tomatoes, corn, peppers, and a different kind of tomato. Nothing in here is very high calorie. Most of the carbs, really all of the carbs in this chili come from the corn and from the beans. And beans are a killer source of carbs anyway because they're so high fiber.
And the chips.
And the chips that you eat while you're cooking.
I feel like this is really high. I'm burning this meat.
That's about right. We just haven't been chopping it up yet. Gotta break that meat up. If you don't break the meat up at this point, you're gonna end up with lumpy chili, so really stab it. Here's the chopped tomatillos. That's good enough.
Take over on this. Now start adding all this stuff in. This needs to boil for a second. All right.
The point is to cook this meat until it's done, but not overcooked, because when you put it in this pot, it's gonna come back to a boil and cook a little bit more.
Watch out. My mom says you're always supposed to spice both pots, the meat pot and the chili pot.
I like that idea.
The flavor. So everything that I put on the meat goes in here.
So we will get typically 2.5 meals out of this. So
Yeah.
we'll both get to eat it twice,
For dinner,
and then somebody will get to eat it one more time.
for lunch.
And I think we're only, like 10 minutes into cooking this thing at this time, and we're 5 minutes away from being done, and then just need to sit here for a while. That's pretty good for
Yeah,
that many
it's
meals.
only 5, it's almost 6 o'clock, so I think like we usually eat closer to like 7 or so. The longer it sits in stews, the better it tastes to me.
Yeah.
This is not a studio. This is our actual kitchen. It's this small.
If you thought we were in Hollywood,
If you thought we were in
wrong.
a small studio kitchen,
uh-huh.
you were wrong. This is our actual kitchen.
So this is the beans, the tomatoes, the onion that we chopped and cooked, the broth, the chilies, the tomatillos, the seasoned meat is almost done. I don't see but just a little bit of pink left in there. If you're looking for some super general nutrition advice that always works, make food like this at home more often than you go out to restaurants, or
especially takeout. I find like takeout is the biggest waste of calories because you're not enjoying the actual experience of going to the restaurant.
yeah,
You're just picking up food at subpar because you had to drive home with it, or the driver had to drive it from the restaurant, so you're not getting hot food anyway. And it's expensive. It's, you know, it's so much cheaper to cook at home. So like save both the calories and the money for actually going out to the restaurant. Is just our opinion.
Yep.
I feel like I have the standard when I do dishes and stuff. Like I like to clean out the sink, but if you've left a dish in the sink, I will do everything and clean around it.
Instead of putting the dish in the dishwasher.
And I won't put that.
Yeah, this is my coffee cup from earlier.
I didn't put it in there.
I know, but why didn't you just put it in the dishwasher?
Because it was yours to deal with. It's not my problem.
Savage. Most of our marriage, we've had a gas cooktop, and definitely has its advantages. These flat electric cooktops, you turn it off, and it takes forever to cool down. So this meat is still cooking over here, even though I turned it off.
With this small of a kitchen, though, it would be a problem because we use this space when we're not cooking on it to like serve or prepare or whatever.
Yeah.
So if it was like gas, this would be unusable. This would be all we have.
Yeah. All right, that's boiling enough.
All right.
So now the meat's going in.
Then you turn it to simmer. We do need the lid, darn it. It's actually right here on top, hovering like an angel.
This pan is like clean. We don't even have to wash it.
Yeah.
That's some non-stick action right there. Look at that. Could eat off that.